All right, we are recording. Welcome, everybody. This is the Getting Paid Oddcast, episode 1, brought to you by Gig Economics. We'll go more into it later. But I'm sitting down here with, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Mormo, and I've been working with Gig Economics and with Zane and Bill and Callan, and just really stoked. I've had great results with my business already, and I'm really looking forward to moving forward and everything. So, but I'm a YouTuber basically.
Cool. Yeah, so basically, I've been on the lookout for people like this guy. We started Gig Economics a couple of months ago, and the whole point of that is, well, we're kind of stuck in this weird space of life, and more of the world needs side gigs, side projects, that kind of stuff. So me and a couple of guys got together and created Gig Economics, the YouTube channel, and the Gig Economics Facebook group. Both are free. Please subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But once the COVID thing really hit, we got, had some introspective moments, and, went through a couple of different trials, some different, fits and starts. But what we were really aiming for was finding people who wanted to grow their own business, some people who wanted to take it a little bit further than just a simple gig. And that's also what we do, which is why we wanted to start talking about gig economics, is that it starts small, but it can grow into bigger and bigger things. And I believe Mormo here is in that space of the next steps, not just a simple gig or, hey, I'm making content. And I was really, really impressed with his just, get up and go attitude of, like, I'm going to create content. And in fact, Mormo, I would like to know the reasoning behind why you decided to just start making videos about like frozen dinners and stuff. Like, what's the motivation behind that?
It's based off of feedback I get from my audience.
Really?
That one day I made a food video, and it got a ton of engagement and a ton of views, and people loved it. And I got a buddy who has a food channel. I guest star on his channel, and some of his people came over to my channel, and just people love the food content. So I make it for them. It's not my favorite content to make or watch, but it's my audience loves it, so I just go with it.
Right. And that's what caught my attention as a YouTube advertiser, because a little bit of my pedigree and my history is that in 2008, I kind of got the bug. I was very interested in video marketing and this new wave of, like, oh, wow, this is going to be so cool. People watching video on their computers and stuff. And that was still at a time where people had zero belief in the marketing prowess of YouTube. Seriously, like I even remember clearly reading an article of Google getting slammed because it bought YouTube in 2006 for $1.56 billion. And the article was saying, you spent $1.56 billion in 2006. How are you possibly going to recoup your investment, Google? Yeah, I know. I know. Now we're in 2020, and that's a slightly different story. It's just like, oh, what was that? How are we possibly going to make back our investment? Yeah. So that's the pedigree I come from, of no one even believed it was possible, and I was the guy. I was just like, I can do it. I'm gonna be that guy. So I've always been on the lookout for content that people originally looked at, because you said so yourself. It's not my favorite content to make, but it was content that people requested. And if I could jump into a time machine and go back to 2008 and try to explain to people, no, this isn't just something people were like, no, I think I'm going to do it. This was specifically requested content. I want to watch you eat food. Like, to try and explain it to somebody in 2009 and say, this is a good idea, this is a wise investment to put your money into. Like, wait, what? It's like, trust me, 2020 gets really weird. So if you're thinking of punching out, no, I'm just kidding. That's.
And then on YouTube, I'm already more successful than most people. I get a paycheck every month from YouTube, so like it's not job replacing money yet, but it is a nice help and pays my internet bill and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm already doing better than most, but I'm looking to grow and expand and get other kinds of revenue and more AdSense revenue and everything. So
Yeah, and that's the other reason why again I decided to put on more like an executive producer hat on, because yeah, from what I've learned, and yeah, I grew up a kid actor, like in, okay, not a professional kid actor, but I was a part of a big family, and so um, I was always in plays and stuff like that. So I know how to act. I know how to take a scene from beginning to end and keep people engaged. And as we were talking before, I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. But what I really want to do, my big, hairy, audacious goal in life, is to find people who don't have that platform, but have a really, really good draw. And you do. So what I did without even saying anything was that I set up my own little AdWords campaign, and I started sending traffic to your videos, being like, hey, check this out, as like as a friendly hello, like, you know, hey, I know you're a part of the group. You know, we know each other in other areas, but this is my way of personally saying, hey, what's up, man? I like what you do, and I want to help it. This is my specific, you know, taking action part. And then, but I wanted to do that because I knew what would happen. You push some traffic, and then all of a sudden the other person goes, what the? They're looking at their analytics. They're like, okay, all of these videos have, you know, a certain amount of views, but this one video, holy, what happened? Just all of a sudden, they look at their analytics, and it's just a huge amount of views. But
yeah,
that's how I figure, if I want to do some attraction marketing, bring people to me, instead of be really pushy, be like, oh, get my stuff. Instead, be like, hey, how about some results in advance? And all of a
it
sudden you go,
works
wow.
because I'm really impressed by the results. Like I was saying, I was afraid I'd get, if I ran ads, I'd get a bunch of 5-second views and it would throw off my watch time and everything. But it's actually been the opposite, where the ads you've run for me, I've gotten good watch time and people are sticking around and actually watching the videos. So I've been really impressed with the analytics so far.
Awesome. I wanted to talk more about that because in the beginning, it's just a whim. It's just a guess. You know, you don't know, but you send out that traffic, and then it triggered a conversation with us, so I could get more information and go, okay, so the next one that I do, I'm going to push these keywords, and then you got a better response, which triggered this conversation of like, okay, now we're starting to jive a little bit. You know, how do we make this a more consistent thing? And so now here we are. And if anybody who's watching this, I am serious about this. If you have a channel, if you have an audience, if you have similar gravitas, if you will, as Mr. Mormo has, hit me up, find me on Facebook, hit Mormo up, start a conversation, something like that, because I do have more budget capabilities. I am literally looking for, in the executive producer concept, more people who are interested in producing content and then also figuring out how to get money from that content. Didn't you say you were doing some stuff with Fiverr too?
Yeah, just recently I started dropping Fiverr affiliate links into my videos. I heard from somebody that Fiverr had a good affiliate program, so I can create content like buying, classified ad posting on Fiverr. I can record the process of buying a gig on Fiverr, and then say, if you'd like to hire someone on Fiverr, click the link in the description and start an account. And then I believe I get like a payment if they start an account, and then I get a percentage of any gig they buy after that.
Mm.
So that's something I'm trying. I haven't gotten a sale yet, but it's definitely worth trying. You know, you just never know what's going to succeed and what's going to fail. So like one of these tutorial videos I make might end up getting a ton of traffic and sending a lot of traffic to my affiliate links. So it's definitely worth doing, and something I'm trying right now.
Yeah. Well, okay. Then we'll do it again. When we're finished, I will send you this video, and you can chop it up and do whatever you want with it. But since we've mentioned Fiverr, hey, it connects. And so you mentioned Fiverr, you put the affiliate link in there, and then we put the ad on top of it. And we go, okay, this is relevant because we talked about Fiverr. Boop. Fiverr keyword goes right there, and then the traffic comes down. I've mentioned an analogy of farming. I'm from Utah. It's a desert. We don't have, like, we get rain, but it's just few and far between. So farmers in Utah have to create irrigation ditches. They have to create lines where where water sources are, and then pull the water to them. There's no natural resource. It's all has to be man-made. Water's over there or under here or under there, and you have to use man-made devices to bring the water to the people, or the people just have to live around the water. Which, why would you do that? So to that end, I'm saying we create the same thing in the neural pathways. Okay, we've created this content. We're talking about this. Cool. This video will have the Fiverr link. Check it out. You should definitely do it, because we're going to be sending traffic to this video in certain ways. We want to bring certain people, and we're going to be taking marketing understanding and know-how and prowess to not just get everybody in the world checking this out, because we don't need everybody in the world. We need certain people. We need casting agents. We need directors. We need producers, those kinds of things, who also go, so they're not just actors. They actually have a little bit of business prowess. Maybe I should check more of their work out and maybe buy some of their Fiverr stuff. You never know. But by us talking about it, this creates the content, makes the connection in everybody's minds, so that as we send traffic, the probability of you getting paid as that Fiverr guy increases with every single person who views the content.
Yeah, because there's so many different gigs. There's got to be 1,000 different jobs you can hire on Fiverr. So it's a broad market of a lot of people who could benefit from joining Fiverr and hiring people on Fiverr. And then I think you can also, the affiliate will pay out if they start an account to sell a service. The affiliate link will still pay out, so you can advertise to people who want to use Fiverr as a way to make money and get them to sign up under your affiliate account and everything. But everybody should definitely join the gig economics group. I'm so glad I did. It came at a perfect time in my life when I lost my job because of the virus and everything. And so I was just struggling, trying to find side hustles and stuff. And the group really helped me out a lot. Since I've joined, I've been cast in 3 movies and 1 TV show.
Really? Dude, I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's quite the feather.
Yeah, people are, a lot of independent filmmakers are casting people remotely because it's so hard to do a film shoot with all the restrictions and everything. So they're finding people who can record their own footage and then work it into their movie. And so, yeah, I've been in 3 movies and 1 TV show, just within the last month. And I really feel like your guys' helped me out with that a lot. So
that's really cool. I didn't know that. That's that. I know we talked a little bit before about how we wanted to direct this, but that was a pleasant surprise. Thank you very much, Mormo. I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, just winding down, looking at some of the notes. I appreciate you throwing the shout out about gig economics. As we're pushing forward, like I said, we're creating what I'm calling the Getting Paid Oddcast, because as we were talking in a couple of other meetings, the whole definition of podcast just seems to sort of continuously change and morph. And to me, I think the definition of podcast fits more with a properly structured YouTube channel. But that's just like when you ask a plumber what's the problem with this house, the plumber's gonna say the plumbing. Because he's not gonna know anything else. So I'm gonna be like, podcast. They're just not doing it right. Properly constructed YouTube channel, because that's what I've been doing for the last 15 years is properly constructing YouTube channels to get a certain effect, something that you want, a certain audience, done ahead of time, so that you lay the groundwork to get a certain type of response back, that kind of thing. That's actual marketing. If you don't have an intent behind it, then you're just producing content. There's the difference. So again, the getting paid Oddcast here is the gig economics group saying, we need to put some money stuff out there. We've been putting out a lot of content. Now it's time to do some marketing because we need that cashola. But doing interviews with people like you, when it's like, hey, because of this, I've been able to get here. It really helps us out. So I really appreciate you taking the time, man.
Yeah, definitely. Always glad to chat. And like I say, you've helped me out so much already. So
yeah,
it's a good thing.
So for those of you who are watching, please, wherever there is something to click, please click, because we know that there's a reason for it. If you're interested in working with Mormo, there are places that you can in the description, or hey, maybe even on the screen, because we're playing with advertising and stuff like that. So check us out. Join our email lists, because that's where we're going to be able to communicate more often. That's actually something that you've recently started as well, right? Your own email list.
Yeah, I was working on it, and then I decided to quit, and then I changed my mind and decided to get back into it. And so I bought 3 months of autoresponder service, and it's been going well. I've been getting new subscribers and stuff. I'm giving away my movie I'm Mormo, which is kind of like my twisted life story. It's kind of a documentary about my life. It's a spoken word movie. But if I'm giving it out in exchange for my email right now, and that's at imormo.com.
There you go. Well, fantastic, man. I'm going to go ahead, unless there's anything else, we'll go ahead and stop the recording and make some more plans.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Zane.
All right. Thanks. Bye, everybody.